I don't drink soda.
Computer, countdown from 7.
Okay, here's countdown. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3.
Yo, thank you for tuning into the Natural Habitat Podcast. My name is Mikey Boohyah. Computer's here. Smart Plug is here. Free Candy is up north. Free Candy, say hello, bud.
Free Candy, can you hear me?
He can hear us. Hold on. He can hear us. We can't hear him. They can hear him.
See, that en contraire.
What do you mean?
I actually have like a separate deal going on with Free Candy to where I can hear him and he can hear me.
What? Really? You can hear him?
Yeah, we went like kind of on the side and set this whole deal up. It's like a side deal, side bet.
Wait, you do have a headphone splitter down there. Your headphone is splitting off into a Y.
Some sort of connection that goes off into the great white north of Canada.
Well, what did he say?
He said hi. He said, "Hey guys, I'm here. I'm ready to go."
Hey, bud.
We'll check in with him a little later.
Thank you everyone for joining us today on this special episode 717. It's a palindrome.
It's also a type of airplane. 7717 airplane.
Are you thinking of a 747?
No, you are. I'm thinking about a 717.
Mm-hmm.
A 717 is like obviously a smaller jet plane, but it's still a jet plane nonetheless.
Let me see. I just looked it up.
Don't you remember that song? I'm leaving on a 717 jet plane.
Leaving on a 717
jet plane, yeah.
Jet plane?
Yeah.
I don't really remember.
I'm
that part of
leaving
it.
on a 717 jet plane, baby Jane. You don't remember that song?
No, I don't.
It's because I just wrote it. I just wrote that song.
Breaking news?
I just wrote that song.
You just wrote that song, and there's no such thing as a 717.
No, but there's a such thing as a song called "I'm Leaving on a 717 Jet Plane."
Yeah.
So now there kind of is such thing as a 717 jet plane.
All right,
think about it.
I'll give you that. So first of all, we already thanked you guys for coming, so we don't need to do that.
Yeah,
again.
we're not going to overdo it on the thanking them.
No, but we do want to say out the gate that this episode is brought to you by Reliefy, which is what is it? It's like some sort of...
It's like a dab pen or
something.
Right now you can head over to Reliefy.com and find out exactly what it is.
Yeah,
whatever they're offering, we got you 12% off using the promo code NHP.
That's right. And so we want to make sure that we support them, they support us, so you support them, and then when you use the code, you actually are supporting us.
I feel like we're due for like a royalty statement or something from those folks over at Reliefy. So Reliefy, if your accounting department is watching, holler at us. Holler at Jerry. Let us know. I mean, like there should be like a check coming through at some point, I would assume, right? Like,
I think so. So we have a exciting week this week. We're approaching Lunar New Year, which is like seems to be like an all-around Asian New Year.
Typically, is it not considered
Chinese New Year?
Chinese New Year, is that not the most?
And I found out it's also Korean New Year, Japanese New Year, and Vietnamese New Year.
Oh, so all of Asia celebrates this New Year as opposed to the American New Year that all the other countries have adopted.
Yeah, so it's the lunar calendar or the lunar solar calendar, which sounds like a sun calendar to me.
Now, who does Asia think they are to have just a completely different New Year and a different like calendar and all that?
I mean, there is strength in numbers, so there's a lot of them. They could have their own.
Do you think that there's more Asians than there are like people that make up the rest of the world?
I heard that there's more Asians in the world than there are ants.
And what calendar do the ants
Or maybe
use?
there's more ants in the world than there are people.
Computer, what calendar do the ants use?
Ants use a calendar based on a shortening of the daily photo period, which is the most reliable calendar available to them.
Okay.
A shortening of the daily photo period?
I was just kind of doing a bit there. I didn't expect the ants to use any particular calendar.
Apparently.
Okay.
So that's exciting. And Lunar New Year is coming up. A lot of people are going to be out there celebrating. You're going to be
There's
partying.
like parades, right, where they do the dragon. You know what I'm talking about? They do the dragon through the street, like a multi-person dragon costume, and they just they throw out beads? Or is that just Mardi Gras?
No, I think they do beads. They do sake, sipasaki, oi, oi, oi. You remember that?
No, I think that's something entirely different.
That's not about Chinese New Year? I have a memory of that in my childhood.
Sake is a thing, so I guess it probably could be.
Sipasaki,
Sake,
oi, oi, oi. And then you drink a beer really fast.
I think that's like a Australian thing, right? Like a Aussie, oi, oi, oi. And then
Oi, oi, oi seems Australian.
Aussie. Oi, oi, oi. Yeah, okay.
So you guys are going to be out there. You're going to be partying. You're probably going to be driving.
Yeah.
To this party, which is, in an adjacent town where you could see the moon. Maybe you can't see the moon where you are. And we want to provide some entertainment for you along the way. This is a podcast for a drive. This podcast is going to be designed and laid out for you to enjoy during your drive.
And every so often, like we don't want you to, I know my monotone voice can be kind of soothing. We don't want you to start falling asleep. So every once in a while, we're just going to.
Yeah, there we go. The air horn. We're just going to try to wake you up. And we're going to keep you entertained along the way. And we also are going to, right now we're 10 minutes in or something like that.
Yeah,
so
it seems like an eternity.
You've already, started your trip. You're on the highway or freeway, depending on the area. And you're cruising. You got cruise control on.
It's kind of like cruising USA.
Mm-hmm. You got another, 30 minutes until you got to get off the freeway and start navigating stuff.
Yeah, maybe you're driving a little recklessly.
You can, feel free to do that.
Yeah, we're not going to tell you how to drive.
So, right now you're set in, you're buckled in. We're going to try to entertain you on this drive, get you to your destination safe so that you can party. But before we do that, I have to talk about Factor Meals. Factor Meals and meal plans customize your culinary experience. You can explore Factor's diverse menus and personalized meal plans tailored to your preferences.
These are chef-prepared meals, and we all know not everybody has time to cook every night. I certainly don't.
Nope,
Like we're all busy with our jobs and our individual podcasts. So who has time to cook a fancy meal? But that doesn't mean you have to succumb to eating fast food and eating like junk.
Absolutely.
So Factor's gotten you taken care of.
Factor Meals provides a delightful culinary experience with convenience and flexibility. You can choose from a menu of 35 plus.
Yeah, they have a wide assortment of different meals and
delicious meals.
If say you're trying to do like a keto diet, or perhaps you're just into a vegetarian right now, or whatever you want to do, you want something family friendly. They've got you covered. They have a wide range of different styles of cuisine.
Maybe you want something calorie smart. You want something vegan, a veggie, protein plus. And don't forget to treat yourself to our their wide variety of add-ons such as smoothies, juices, guilt-free desserts, and more.
Yeah.
So Factor Meals, you can go there. You can set up your weekly thing. You can use the code NHP. Now it's going to say code failed, no discount applied. And at that point, you're going to want to contact support. There should be a button there or something to be like, I need help.
Yeah.
You say, hey, I'm trying to use my code NHP to get me 50% off of my first week.
That's a great price.
And it's not working. Can you help me out? Get this. They'll move it up the chain once they start getting enough complaints about it.
Yeah.
And we'll be in. You'll get your discount. We'll get the deal.
I mean, we're getting the satisfaction of helping you eat a healthier and more convenient lifestyle.
Yeah. So do that.
Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you. So there was something that we wanted to talk about today. Let me pull up the notes because I started smoking. I think I got the CBD one. Which one
would
did you
make
get?
sense because I feel kind of high.
Do you?
Yeah, I feel a little bit high, a little stoned.
So I saw an article recently. You actually sent it to me about a In-N-Out location, famous restaurant, burger restaurant.
Yeah,
had closed.
The very first one that's ever had to close.
Correct. Due to graffiti?
No, due to crime and frequent break-ins at their location, yes. And
break-ins and graffiti?
What's unusual is, typically speaking, In-N-Outs are cash cows regardless of where you put them. And even this one that closed down, doing fine business-wise, making a lot of money. Okay. They had to close it down because crime is just so bad that they can't they can't in all good conscience run a location where people are just getting,
what kind of crime?
Break-ins and
graffiti. Yeah, graffiti. Okay.
I don't know exactly, but
so that makes sense
that's a real
because
thing.
In-N-Out is known for being like a Christian establishment.
Christian, well run.
They
know
hire
what I mean?
a lot
like,
of young kids.
Good service. These kids have wonderful attitudes. They're paid well, and they make a quality burger. You know what? I may go get an In-N-Out burger after we do this. But
so if you take a young kid that is Christian and sheltered and inexperienced, and then you put them walking to their car.
Yeah,
at
they're gonna make for easy
PM.
marks for some bipping. They're
gonna get
bipped off left and right.
Get bipped for sure.
So eventually, I assume In-N-Out corporate decided to just pull the plug, and it's really unfortunate. It's like we've seen this crime and homelessness take over the whole state, firsthand, but it doesn't really hit home officially until they start getting in the way of, like us in a delicious burger.
Yeah.
Or inconveniencing, obviously I don't live in Oakland, so I'm probably not going to be inconvenienced by it. But the thought of me not being able to go to a Tascadero In-N-Out burger and potentially get a burger, like that makes me angry. It makes my blood boil, frankly.
I think that you and I have both, for a long time either have lived or sometimes are living in areas that already have a high concentration of like homeless people and drug addicts and people wandering around at night doing shady shit.
Yeah, it's a slippery slope. Like first it's Oakland, but like how far off is our In-N-Out?
Mm-hmm.
Like it can't be too far off. We're not that far away from Oakland, so it definitely makes at least me personally kind of want to like take better notice of the crime that's going on and potentially do something about it, whether it's at the polls, when I'm voting.
Would you stop someone? Would you step in front of someone that is like graffitiing and be like, hey, don't graffiti here because it's going to close the
I think I would. I think I would. If I saw somebody committing any sort of crime, like on In-N-Out property. I mean, not any crime at all.
What crimes would you let fly?
Like anything that like appeared to be like something like a mob racket, like the mafia, like a
extortion,
like a syndicate crime outfit.
Yeah,
like a well organized crime where there's different levels and something like that. Like I'm gonna let that slide. I'm gonna look the other way because I feel like that's what the mob would do if I was running a crime.
Mm-hmm.
But if it's just like an individual person, like robbing someone or shooting drugs, graffito tagging, anything like that, I'm gonna tell them, hey, take that over to Jack in the Box. That's Jack in the Box behavior.
Okay, so that's scary, man. I hope that.
It's unfortunate. I mean,
are you going to be out here every night doing this vigilante work?
No. Like I said, I might go get an In-N-Out burger after we record this, and if I see somebody, then I'll go ahead and tell them. I might give them a warning. You know what I mean? Like, you can't just change policy overnight and expect people to just already know about it. Yeah. But if I go there and I see, like some sort of unseemly behavior, I might.
There is some shady stuff over at that AM/PM that's right next to the In-N-Out.
Yeah. Anytime you have a AM/PM right next to an In-N-Out, there's going to be some overlap.
Yeah, it's bad. It's not good. But you could go to that AM/PM and see if everything's going on. And while you're there, you can get yourself a nice, cool, crisp White Claw. White Claw was inspired by the power, purity, and potential of ocean waves.
Yep.
Do you know that?
I did know that.
It's no accident that their logo is 3 dynamic crests converging, a legendary White Claw wave. It's a powerful reminder and pretty gnarly challenge to ourselves to live up to nature's high standards in everything we do. Get White Claw.
Yeah, sometimes you feel like a carbonated alcoholic beverage, but you don't want all the sugar and calories that go into beer and some of these other drinks. Well, White Claw's got you covered because it's a low calorie option. They don't use a whole lot of artificial preservatives or anything like that. So it leaves you not feeling so bloated and just kind of, like beer will just make you feel like you just ate a bunch of cement or something in your tummy and just weighing you down. Not with White Claw.
No. And you could go to your local establishment. You can get White Claw. You could use the code NHP at the register.
We're going to save you 12% off that White Claw.
12%. And everybody, I think pretty much every cashier in the tri-state area has been notified and knows about this deal, so they'll know what you're talking
and
about.
anyways, like, they're not going to fight you over it anyways. So, I mean, even if they don't per se know exactly what you're talking about, I mean, just give them, you know, the amount they ask for minus 12% that you deduct yourself, and they're not gonna chase you out the door over it.
Yeah, I think that there's some sort of law where as long as
they
you pay
can't.
for some of it, then they can't really press charges on you stealing. You didn't really steal it.
Yeah, just don't do it at like an In-N-Out location, because that would
No.
be kind of like contradictory to what I just said.
Or anywhere near there.
Yeah, just stay away from In-N-Out in general.
But White Claw, new sponsor of the show. They support us, so support them and use the code NHP.
There's a lot of cheap imitations out there, like, you know, Budweiser seltzer. It's terrible. Truly, it's poison.
Mm-hmm.
You want to stick to White Claw. It's the name we trust in the seltzer game.
Mm-hmm. So I've been watching Love on the Spectrum.
That's
season 2.
Why don't you give us like a synopsis of what Love on the Spectrum is?
So Love on the Spectrum is a show on Netflix that is about people that are on the autism spectrum are dating.
At what end of the autism spectrum are we talking? Are we talking like the low end? Or are we talking like full blown?
We're talking medium.
Full blown.
Medium to high end.
So, like, how are they functioning? Like, are these people that can drive? Can they drive?
Some of them. Some of them live with their parents.
Cannot drive.
Can't drive.
Like, as far as like the helmet scale is to like not wearing a helmet, very much wearing a helmet. Where do they
not
fall?
Wearing a helmet.
So
I don't think anybody wears a helmet.
Okay,
so they're good.
Okay,
but they're very, very autistic.
Very okay. Like
very.
I think one of like the symbols for autism awareness is like a missing a puzzle with a missing piece.
Yeah.
Like, are there several missing pieces?
They're missing some pieces for sure. And the first season had come out. It was a spin-off of an Australian show called Down for Love that followed a bunch of Down syndrome people that were doing the same thing.
That one feels even more poor taste.
Yeah. So they came out with this American version. We watched that, and they kind of set them up on dates, most of the time with other people that have autism, sometimes not. Sometimes just with a normie.
A normie, like just an unattractive normie?
An attractive or unattractive?
Unattractive.
No, not always. Sometimes it'll be a good-looking normie.
So maybe the other person has like a little bit of money in their account. Like, what's the normie's incentive?
Like,
just
there was a normie
fame?
on this season that was that worked with people that have autism.
Oh, and it had like bled over into her personal tastes.
Yeah. And then she went on a date with this guy, and she was way out of his league and just a regular normie person.
I wonder if she just had like a very low IQ.
Maybe.
You know, like not quite on the spectrum, but not super far from it.
Yeah.
Could be.
She could have just been high functioning. She's really low on the spectrum.
Yeah.
But they set them up on these dates, the producers of this show, and then film it along the way, and then edit it together in a way to where you're rooting for them, but you're also laughing at them.
Oh, man.
And
it's gotta be like a fine line in the editing.
Yeah.
They're walking there.
It's art, especially in season 2. Like, they got it down to a T. And there's all of these... Oh,
sorry, in case you're driving still.
There's all these crazy... Yeah, make sure
Hands
that
on the wheel.
Come on. There's all these crazy autismos, right?
Autismos. Now,
Yeah.
is that a politically correct thing to call them?
I don't think
Autismo?
autism has made its way into the PC
You don't think so?
sphere yet.
Computer, is it offensive to call someone an autismo?
It is not considered offensive to call someone an artisan. However, it is important to
He
note
said
that the
something
term is
else.
considered
Doesn't
offensive
matter.
when used to
Computer,
describe
stop.
an individual.
Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. That counts.
All right.
All I heard was it's not offensive.
Okay, fair enough.
So these fucking autistic fucks on this show that
Computer.
they're following.
Is it politically correct to call someone an autistic fuck?
Computer, is it politically correct to call someone autistic?
No, you said autistic.
I don't know that.
Doesn't know.
You said autistic fuck.
I know, but you could
Can't
just say
be-
fuck. That's not.
All right.
It's not illegal.
All right.
It's not illegal to say
right.
fuck. Sorry, dude. I'm sorry. I have different shoes on. I was recording in slides the past few days,
You don't have the slides on.
or the past few episodes. I don't have the slides
Yeah,
on.
the slides were I mean, we're really hitting our stride to these slides
I know.
potentially.
They
and
broke.
They broke?
They snapped.
They snap? How do you
Yeah.
snap a slide?
I was bringing in the trash cans today, actually, and I'm rolling the trash cans. I'm flopping my slides, right? I roll it too close. The wheel grabs on to my slide and pulls it underneath. And then when I try to yank my foot out, it snaps.
So we're talking like a
The
freak
bands.
accident, a freak slide accident.
Yeah, really. It was like Final Destination, but just targeted at my shoe.
Are you okay?
I'm okay.
All right.
Thank you. Thank you for asking. But yeah, I made it out unscathed somehow.
Close one.
And so I have different shoes on. I have new Converse. I haven't worn Converse in a while.
Yeah.
So sorry, my energy is like,
Yeah, you do have Converse energy.
I do have Converse energy.
Yeah,
I
Converse
see it,
energy,
and
yeah.
I'm sorry. So what were we talking about?
Autism.
Oh yeah, autism. These fucking autistic people. They follow these people around, and they're sweet and they're adorable, and none of them are like none of them are creepy. Some of them are creepy. But for the most part, none of them are like, oh, look at this weird autistic fuck.
See, I would figure there would be one that would kind of be like the antagonist of the bunch, you know, kind of like even on that South Park episode where they're, you know, like talking about the handicapped people. There's the one guy that's like Timmy or Jimmy's arch rival. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, yeah.
I'd figure they'd have that. They'd have casted that character who's just, I mean, yeah, you know, he's on the spectrum, but he's also on just, you know, like a dick spectrum.
I think that I'm trying to think of one that's like that, but I think they play that role by bringing in other people for the dates, because they'll bring in another autistic person to date one of them, and then it'll do, this is Sarah, and they'll be walking in all like, hey, 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 and then it'll say, Sarah likes unicorns and blackjack. Sarah dislikes semi-trucks and spiders. And they give 2 likes, 2 dislikes for everyone that they introduce. And I really look forward to that a lot.
Yeah, you know, like I think any person, even like a non-autistic person, can essentially, if you really have to go that far, be summed up by 2 likes and 2 dislikes. Like mine would be, you know, he really likes In-N-Out cheeseburgers and he hates crime. But
Well, you need
there's
2.
me. Well, I just took it even a step further. If
So
you're going to boil it all the way down.
So your
Hey,
2 likes are you like In-N-Out cheeseburgers and you
Hate
like
crime.
In-N-Out cheeseburgers?
No, I like In-N-Out cheeseburgers, dislike crime.
No, but you have to have 2 likes and then 2 dislikes.
No, I said I'm taking it a step further. I only
Further,
need one
you just need
yes.
the one.
Yes.
Because that's how much you love and hate those 2 things.
Yeah, you know, I haven't had In-N-Out in a while, but I mean, I do enjoy those
It is
cheeseburgers.
good.
On the contrary, like crime, I hate it.
Yeah.
I've never been big on crime, never committed a crime.
Okay. So they bring in these people, and some of these people are weird and creepy and fucking like a damaging autistic, like Lenny from Of Mice and Men.
Like an evil autistic.
Evil autistic.
Oh, wow. Okay.
But for the most part, all these people are sweet, and you end up rooting for them. And they'll show them like in the craziest situations and events. Like it was raining and they were ending a date, and the guy gave the girl his umbrella, and she walked away, and the umbrella wasn't open all the way. Like he tried to open it and it wouldn't click out, and he was messing with it, and then he gave up and was just holding like a halfway open umbrella.
So it's like a charming type thing where you're kind of like, oh, you know, that's cute. He doesn't have it all together, but he's trying. He's
trying.
making his best effort.
And he
You're
gave
supposed
the umbrella to
kinda
her. She walked away with it, and then it showed her from behind, all like frumpy and walking all like goofy. Because I think she had Down syndrome, if I'm right,
Oh.
and not autism.
No, there's a difference between the two, is there?
There is, but she also seemed pretty fucking autistic when she was talking.
Yeah, I'd figure there's some overlap on that Venn diagram.
Her answer to any question, like imagine that you're an autistic kid and I'm an autistic girl and we're on a date and you're like asking me what my favorite things were about like the zoo.
Computer, what's a word that you might call someone with autism and Down syndrome?
According to Mayo Clinic, symptoms of autism spectrum disorder range widely and vary in how severe they are. The ability to socialize and communicate may be affected. For example, someone might not respond to their name or maintain eye contact. They may resist cuddling and prefer to be alone. They may have a hard time starting or maintaining a conversation. And they may appear...
Computer, stop! That's not what I asked you. I was trying to get him to say the R word. I was going to trick him.
Yeah. Maybe he was going to get to that after his long explanation.
I was just testing on him. I didn't want him to say it.
Computer, say retarded. Smart plug, say retarded. He would. 100%. So yeah, ask a question about what I liked about the zoo.
Mikey, what'd you like about the zoo?
Everything. Ask what my favorite animal was. Ask what my favorite animal was.
What's your favorite animal?
All of them.
You can't like...
I know. That was her answer to everything.
If you say everything, it diminishes, the things individually.
Yeah. That was her answer. Everything. All the stuff. What do you want to do on our next date? Anything. And it was anything, everything. That was it. And, people that are, I think that Down syndrome is also a spectrum.
Yeah.
But for the most part, the people that I've met with Down syndrome, like they're pretty fucking aware in their head.
They're down with. They know
what's going on.
You're either down with the sickness or you're down with the clown.
Mm-hmm. And they're both most times.
Yeah.
But they, are smart people that can carry on a conversation and are interested in Magic the Gathering and stuff. Yeah. But she was just like autism. She definitely had autism vibes.
Oh, okay.
I think. So she had both. She was...
Where is this going?
They were on a date. He was on a date with her. Oh, yeah. He gave her the umbrella, right?
Yeah.
She walked away with Down syndrome and autism. She's walking, so you could, see her, and she's fat. And she has that, Down syndrome type body that's, pear-shaped, you know what I mean? Yeah. And she's walking, waddling. She has the umbrella, halfway open above her head. And they showed it for so long. And they, cut the music, and they just let her walk away. And they know what they're doing.
Yeah, 100%.
For sure. It was evil. Man. That's my point. How dare they do that?
Why are you watching this to begin with? What caught your eye and attention about this that made you say, I'm going to sit down and watch a full episode, potentially more?
So
has there been more than one episode?
I watched Down for Love, and Down for Love was the exact same format. They even did the likes and dislikes for everybody. And it was crazy because I want to say it was I might be getting my shows mixed up, but what got me into it was there was a video of a kid that was on a dating show and he wanted to go to a strip club, and the strip club was Lady Boys. And
dude, you're watching some strange television, man.
Well, it was a YouTube clip that I saw.
Yeah.
So I see the YouTube clip. The guy's we're going to Lady Boys. And the guy's he's all, I want to go to this. And he's like, you don't want to go to that. That's not what you think. Those women have penises. And he said, no, they don't. I want to go to this. I want to go to that.
So they took him.
And I saw that clip. And then I was like, wait, there's a reality show where mentally retarded people are dating.
Oh, whoa, you're going full R word?
I meant,
Jesus
wait,
Christ,
how do you say it? Down syndrome people are dating?
Special
needs.
Special challenge.
Mentally handicapped, specially challenged people.
Special challenge, yeah. Specials. Just call them specials.
Specials, yeah.
Because they're special.
Or specs.
Specs. Yeah, I like that. Specs.
Yeah. So, what about the specs?
I don't know.
So I saw that. I was like, man, there's a whole reality show. And then I found out that it was from like New Zealand or something. And
also, they're not only are these specs, like on their various spectrums, they're also New Zealand.
Yeah,
these aren't even American. Oh, so they're already
yeah.
I would figure like probably that's not that, or at least not as uncommon to be on the spectrum as it is here, where most people are more, traditionally functioning, kind of like a more of a, general. I mean,
I think that in other countries they like kill you if you're on the spectrum.
Oh, certainly,
They
certainly.
like drown you in your baby.
Like I think if we're looking at numbers here, and I don't have the data to support this theory, but I would imagine, presumably, the New Zealand's up there as far as having the highest percentage of people potentially on the spectrum.
Damn.
Right, right there with, and I would say even more so than Australia, because Australia is, so spread out, and there's a lot of, like a lot more just dense wilderness terrain where they're not gonna, you're gonna have to be somewhat functioning to survive out there in the brutal outback conditions. So,
yeah.
Over the course of time, the spectrum probably thinned itself out just kind of via survival of the fittest.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, New Zealand is got, probably a high percentage.
Yeah.
And I looked it up to try to find out about this show, and that show wasn't available, but another show that was available from Australia was called Down for Love. So I looked up Down for Love. That ended up being great, produced, terrifically, did the likes and dislikes. Did the goofy thing where they made fun of them, but also made it to where you were rooting for them, so you couldn't get in trouble for making fun of them.
Yeah.
But everyone was like tongue in cheek. They showed like a lot of shit in some context that was pretty funny, right? Yeah. So, I watched that, and then I found out that they were making an American version.
There's an American version
from the same creators.
Oh shit!
Called Love on the Spectrum.
Oh, Love on the Spectrum isn't from New Zealand. That's from America.
That's America. So Love on the Spectrum, season 1 came out, watched it in one day in one sitting.
Oh, wow.
6 episodes.
Wow.
They're like 20
so
minutes each.
You binged this?
Binged it. And then I was sad because it was all gone. And I felt like I ate it too fast. So like when you get a good meal and you eat it too quick.
You wish that you savored
I wish I would have
people's
savored
disability.
No, not that.
Love stories of these disabled specs.
Yes. I just wanted a specs love story.
Would you call it spectacular?
It is. It was.
Do you see what I did there?
Yeah.
Okay.
So then I found out season 2 is coming out. Watched that. It was amazing. They did all the same stuff. They made fun of all the, but it was sweet. And you liked the guys and girls.
Okay.
Now, there's this couple, and they wrapped up the show with them doing an impromptu duet from The Lion King. Because they go to Africa, they see all these animals, they're living it up, and then he starts singing just out of nowhere. They're just sitting in these chairs, hanging out.
I'm gonna be a mighty king, enemies beware.
And then she comes in.
I've never seen a king of beasts with quite such little hair.
Yeah. And they do a whole like piece from The Lion King. You know it. And it was beautiful. It was art.
Kings don't need advice from little hornbills from the start.
What is that? Is that from Lion King?
It's from Lion King. Yeah, it's from that song I was singing.
See, you probably watched it a lot.
I just watched it with my children.
I did because you have kids.
Yeah.
I haven't watched Lion King in a long time, but I would like to. It's a good movie.
It's all right movie.
Yeah.
It wasn't as good as I remembered it.
It'd be nice to pull deep cuts from The Lion King.
Yeah.
You know?
Yep.
I don't have any of those. I just have the surface stuff. But there's Lion King does remind me of my childhood. Life was a lot simpler, a lot more fun and a lot tastier, thanks to Welch's Fruit Snacks.
Welch's Fruit Snacks.
The goodness of Welch's Fruit Snacks was imagined in 1998. They had the idea of creating a snack that is made with real fruit and tastes delicious.
They were like, there's these other fruit snacks out here on the market, but they're not using the purest Welch's fruit juice that we've all come to love.
Nope.
And we've had Welch's juice, we've had Welch's jam and jellies.
Yeah.
Let's take the deliciousness of those and let's put them into a snack you can fit right in the palm of your hand and give them to your kids for their recess.
I got sour cream. I left it in my car. I left it in a cold bag.
How long ago?
I don't know, man. It's been a while.
It's been a while.
It's been like an hour and a half, maybe 2 hours.
Oh, no. It should be fine for a couple hours in a cold bag.
I think so, right?
And it's cold outside? Yeah.
It is cold outside.
Yeah, your sour cream's good to go. Just don't mix any Welch's into it because that's going to make like a whole nother thing. And
that's weird.
That's probably not going to be that great.
No. That's like I remember there was like this weird dessert that I used to have on the holidays back in the day. And it was like a layer of Jell-O with like walnuts and shit. And then it had sour cream.
Are you sure it wasn't like a Cool Whip?
No, it was sour cream.
It was for sure sour?
Sour cream.
Oh.
And then another layer of Jell-O. And then like nuts and fucking weird shit on top. And poppy seeds and like all this fucking... It was wild.
Have you seen Fruit Riot?
No. Is that like Pussy Riot?
No. Fruit Riot is what made my uvula swell up. It's this new thing. It's frozen fruit coated in juice and then like candy coated. It's basically like candy coated frozen fruit, like frozen pineapple pieces.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty sure I ate some of that in the middle of the night. And I'm pretty sure that's what caused my uvula to swell up for several days to the point where I could barely swallow.
Was it the first time you had eaten it?
First time I'd eaten it, yep.
Dang, really? Yeah, so, I don't know if you guys can tell because we usually record the episode like Wednesday, Thursday.
Yeah,
it's Saturday.
It's Saturday. We're way off. He lost his slides. I lost my ability to swallow for several days. So just kind of thrown our whole schedule on to tilt and, along with it, the quality of the episode.
I think it was better because, you didn't have the ability to speak for a few days. So now that you do, you're grateful.
I'm grateful.
I think you used it to the best of its ability.
I think I'm a bit discombobulated with my thoughts, and I mean, again, you're without your slides, and that was helping our our whole system for the past few weeks. So it's, I mean, really, you can blame it all on Fruit Riot. So you know what? That's not a sponsor of the show this week. Fruit Riot.
Man, I kind of want to try it though.
You should try it and see because if it happens to you also, then we got a lawsuit on our hands. Then we get Natalie Coldwater in here, and we're suing you, Fruit Riot.
I'm gonna get my own bag though.
Yeah.
Did you throw yours away?
No, it's still in my freezer, and it was also really good. So like I might get tempted again. I might risk it.
Yeah, that does sound good.
It was delicious.
All right, I gotta go get my sour cream. So thanks for joining us. We love you guys, and we'll see you next week.
We'll see you next week.
Natural Habitat Recordings.